Good evening. Good evening. I bid you a fine welcome to join me by the fire and let's explore the secret message that surrounds Belfast Titanic building. And it is a phenomenal discovery. And phenomenology, trust me, we are going to dive deep into the subject of phenomenology because it is a discipline that I have always been interested in for many years. I've got books upon this subject, and paranormal experiences fall under the category of phenomenology. And phenomenology is, as a discipline, is distinct from but related to other key disciplines in philosophy. So if you're new to here, this probably doesn't make much sense, but if you're not new to here, you probably understand where I'm going. But I want to stick on topic here. I want to stay on topic, stay on top of this by exploring the secret message which is in the northeast of Ireland. And as I said, I bid you a fine welcome to join me by the fire, and I am Marcus, and the northeast of Ireland is where Belfast is, and there is a secret message here, Titanic building. And in the next clip you are going to see myself down here. I'm going to be right down here, and I will be walking along here, and I really hope you enjoy that. But this is the Titanic building in Belfast, and in the next clip, while I'm here, the wind honest to God, the wind was absolutely ferocious. It was a beautiful day, but it was very aggressive, so I apologize for any audio issues. There's not really any audio issues, to be honest, but there is a couple of times where if you're not listening you won't. I'll just let you decide with that, but there's a secret message that plays 24/7 around this building, and I'm really surprised that nobody has worked it out yet. Not that it's an easy thing to do, but I just thought that a couple of people, I know a couple of people on this channel, and I'm telling you, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you. See the people out there that genuinely write heartfelt messages. You don't understand the pleasure that I receive from knowing that you're so interested in this. But as you well know, that, well, you might not know, but I'll explain that this building was built in the memory, and you can see here on the floor where the Titanic, this is where the Titanic came out of the slipways, and you can actually see the A deck, and these are the exact markings which I'll be walking around here in the next clip. I've got a good camera and stuff, so I hope that works. And this is where the captain's bridge was. So the size of this building was the size of the Titanic when she was in the water. Isn't that unbelievable? And wait until I'm standing down here in the next clip, because I am dwarfed by this thing. So you want to know the secret message, by the way, you can actually see the Titanic shape, and this was the Olympic, the sister. Can you see that? So back to the secret message, and this is very, very, very interesting. So can you see that okay? Oh, message. Friends. No, I actually have no friends. I'm only joking. So what we've got down here is the first message, and what message is playing here is the exact same message that was relayed from R.M.S. Titanic over and over and over again. This message constantly on Morse code. So let's figure it out, and this was a phenomenal experience of mine when I discovered this. So first one, you see that okay? First one, dot 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 dash 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 dot dot dot. Now if you know your Morse code, I actually found this first. This is what made me spot this, and this is all about looking for this dot 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 S 123 space dash 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 3 dashes O. So you know what that is? That's the international for SOS. Right, and we'll go on the next one. Now the reason why I discovered this is through thinking and having open mind and looking at things with a philosophical view. And if you don't know this is Dante. Indeed it is Dante outside the gates of hell. And I have this statue in my studio. Not this actual statue because it would be worth millions. But this is Dante outside the gates of hell. And we've all been there. Outside the gates of hell. And I please recommend anybody that hasn't watched Dante's Inferno. Please watch it, and that's who this is. Who my channel is named after, because if you read the story, the only reason Dante could open the gates of hell was through faith, and it's through faith that we are saved. And this is a branch of philosophy. This represents philosophy, and going into philosophy is phenomenology, as you can see here, and we're going to go in depth into this topic. So I just wanted to get that straight, that the thinker, if the reason why I'm explaining this is because if there's anybody that's new here, this is what this represents. And if you're a thinker, trust me, you've came to the right club. And Michelangelo has also done paintings with Dante, and this is actually the gates. Isn't that unbelievable? Beautiful. But in Dante's Inferno, if you don't know, that when he's outside the gates of hell, he says to his guardian angel, "Why did God do such a thing?" And the angel says, "God didn't do this. It was you." This is what sometimes we do to ourselves. We punish ourselves over and over and over again. And this is why it's so important to have a guardian angel, because the guardian angel explains to Dante it is through faith that you can be saved. And if you don't know the story with Dante, he cannot enter the gates of hell, and he acknowledges his faults and his sins and all his problems, and the gates are opened. And it's a phenomenal concept and phenomenology here. And ontology and epistemology, which is the study of knowledge. Epistemology, the philosophical study of nature, origin, and limits of human knowledge. And this is why Dante was sent through the gates of hell, through the layers of hell, to accept his sins and what he has done wrong. And I'm not saying that you should be here on this channel to confess your sins. Absolutely not, because you confess your sins to no man. You confess your sins to the Creator, to the designer. And I just wanted to get that out there. And seeing this channel, by the way, we're going to be going into electromagnetic phenomenon, and you're going to see this word coming up quite a lot. Phenomenon. And electromagnetic qualities of Earth is absolutely astonishing. Some of the most powerfulest weapons in the world is not made by man. It is made by the Creator. And we've got these huge energies that, like the phenomenon and the result of the Aurora Borealis or the Northern Lights, is an absolute marvel, an absolute beauty of pure phenomenon. And I just wanted to get that. So next one. So I really hope that I didn't go off topic there, that gone off topic about Dante to the gates of hell, but there's probably kids watching this because of the secrets. Actually, this channel isn't for kids, by the way, because every time I edit a video I say no, it isn't for kids, because sometimes I'll say bad words. We all sin. That's why I love Dante. And so we'll go back to the message. So SOS here, and these dash dot dash dot. And can you spot that here on the list? Dash dot dash dot C, the letter C, dash dot dash dot, next one, dash dash dot dash, dash dash dot dash, Q, C, Q, dash dot dot, D, dash dot dot, C, Q, D, which stands for quick come danger. Quick come danger. Next one. And this was the exact message that the Titanic was constantly putting out. So this isn't a part of the code. It starts from here. Dash dash. Can you see dash dash? M dash 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 dot. That's the next one. Dash dash dot G dash dash dot G. Next one. Dash dot dash dash Y dash dot dash dash. What does MGY mean? Bingo. Let's go to the Titanic's register number. Titanic's radio call sign. MGY. MGY. So constantly, it is playing SOS, CQD, MGY over and over and over again. Isn't that phenomenal? Absolutely phenomenal. Okay, I'm outside the building. Look at the beautiful day. Look at the scale. So that was the size of the Titanic when she was in the water. And as you've seen in the video here, see them benches? Dash, dot, dash, dash, dash. And continues around the entire building. And the message is CQD, SOS, MGY, or MGY, CQD, SOS, whichever way you play it. And CQD stands for quick come danger, and MGY was the Titanic's stress signal. And right here is where the Titanic was built. And these are Mr. Andrews' drawings here. And we're going to go down to the bridge. See here? Where I'm standing right now is about here. The ship. And you can actually see the ship in the ground. Let's see. There's the ship there. Yeah, here. See it? Okay, there's the captain's bridge. I'm currently standing on the Titanic's main deck now. So once see, this is where the deck is. So I'm walking along the side here. We're going to come up to the bow, to the main. Right here. This is where Jack stood. Right here. And that is the gum trees. All them steel pillars. And you can see my bike. My motorbike. Look at the size of that building. So there's the benches to continue around. Can you see? MGY, CQD, SOS, and it's a constant message that's playing forever. So I'm on the main deck now. We're going to go down to the captain's bridge here. Okay, I'm up at the captain's bridge here. You can see him further away. And on this glass sheet, in the memory of all the men and women and children who lost their lives during the sinking, there's all the names. So, see if you want to know if you've any relatives from Ireland, any names, you can say to me and I can check. So, I'm walking on the main deck. You can see this bridge here. This is the captain's bridge. I had lunch here today and I'm currently standing SS 401 and MGY is 401 in the Morse Code. MGY and SS doesn't stand for what the Nazis at steamship, but you might remember the Titanic is known as R.M.S. Titanic because she got the contract for Royal Mail, and R.M.S. Royal Mail ship, I believe. And we're on the bridge here, and this is exactly where the captain should have been that night when it struck the iceberg, and apparently he wasn't. But you can just imagine the scale of that iceberg. And so as we turn around here, we're looking at the main. This is where the Titanic would have slipped down the slipway. She was 30,000 tons at that time. She wasn't kitted out with any carpentry, or there was no the grand staircase wasn't in, no furniture was in, so the ship, all in all, when she slipped out of the slipway, was 30,000 tons. And then when she was fitted out with all the grand staircase and etc, with all coal on board, was 50,000 tons, and the Bismarck was 50,000 tons of the Kriegsmarine in World War II. So it just shows you the scale. And we're walking on to, this was all for the captain. There's my bike there. Keanu Reeves has one, so if he has one, I'm doing something right. So the model of that bike, 2018 150 Fireblade Ripsol. So we're currently on the main deck where the first class would have been. And see here, this is where all the chimneys were. I'm standing inside the chimney now. Can you see? And this actually wasn't a chimney, this was actually air conditioning. This actually wasn't an engine. We're going to walk on down here. See all people just walking about. Lots of tourists, it's good to see. And there's a second chimney here. And in those studios is where Game of Thrones, you know, all the CGI scenes? All the CGI scenes here, apologies, I forgot to mention, there's the cranes, Samson and Goliath. Where's the other? Yeah, there's the other one. They're the cranes that actually constructed the ship. Not the exact ones, because they're modified. But we're going to walk over to, this is where, see all these seats here? Did you see? These are the exact same seats that were placed in first class. So we're walking on the first class, and there's the first lifeboat. You can see them all lined up. Now, I'm standing, I'm about 160 pounds, 165, no, about 160, and there's no way you could fit the amount of people. So there's 4 on this side, we're on the starboard side, and starboard and left is port, and where starboard came from was the Vikings. During the Viking times, the steerboard, where you steered the ship, where you steered it, was on the right hand side, because most Vikings were right handed, and port, P-O-R-T, think of left has 4 letters in it. So I'm on the 4th, this is the 4th deck. Now imagine the amount of people that would have been packed here, you know, trying to get on a boat. And these were the collapsible ones, I believe, and we're right down at the stern here, right down at the stern. Yeah, my bag's still fine, but these are the masts. These would have rose up, these were the crow's nests there. You just can imagine, even John Jacob Astor, the richest man on board, John Jacob Astor, they say he was one of the first men off the ship, and the conspiracy is that Captain Smith was also one of the first ones off, and he dressed up as a woman. And there's the Game of Thrones. That's pure stained glass, like a church. Beautiful. There's men fishing. They're listening to music. So where that guy is, I'm actually on the Olympic here. No, I'm not. The Olympics left. Yeah, the Olympics left. No, I'm on the There's the stern of the Olympic there. And here's the stern. He's right at the end of the stern's the back. From bow to stern. So the ship measured at 882.5 feet, to be exact. Look at the size of that building in the background. And it's so far to walk. It's actually just under a quarter of a mile long. And it's a fascinating thing to think about these things, that not only was this place a place of construction and beauty was being built, there was also another thing that was constructed here in 1912, and that was sectarianism. And thank God in 2020 now there's peace here, and we should remember these things, because this is what makes our history so bloody interesting. I'm just walking along the deck. Why it's interesting is because you have people that are divided over just pure opinion and what you think. And whatever you think, that doesn't matter. You should be free to think whatever you want. And it's a shame that. But by the way, I do believe when this construction was going on, that energy that was being deployed within the nuts and the bolts and the screws and absolutely every construction you can think of, that I believe that energy affected that ship that night. And the ship wasn't christened. The ship was not given a champagne bottle smashed. And of course you can believe in superstition all you want, but explain that one. They did not smash it, and Harland and Wolff, that was a German company. And see here, and just before 1912, before World War I, the Germans erected the German flag over here, and there was a big fist fight. There was a big punching match. People were punching the lumps out of each other, and that's one thing you don't think about when you think of the ship being built, the Germans, they had half of the contract here with John Jacob Astor and J.P. Morgan. Who was the other guy? Bruce, forget the other guy's name. But there's the drawing rooms of Mr. Andrews. Where's the drawing rooms? And Mr. Andrews, they say, was that night on the ship, he was spotted down here in first class, and they say he was just staring at a clock. He was just looking at a clock, and he wouldn't leave. And I have heard here, this is another extreme thing that you need to know. Please, this is another thing. Did you know that more men from the third class survived than the second class and the first class put together? Yep, that is true. More men in the third class survived than the first and the second class put together. Yes, the numbers of the first class were much higher in terms of passengers. There was more then, but it is astonishing to think that more men in third class were on that. So hope you enjoyed this. What a beautiful building. I don't know if I forgot anything. Yes, this is the conspiracy. They say that the Titanic and the Olympic was switched. I do find it very hard, because when you do observe at the bottom of the ocean, you can see the ship that's lying in the bottom of the Atlantic. If you do look at the observable evidence that on the propeller blade is 401, and if it was the Olympic, it should say 402. And you could say they switched the propeller blades when the Olympic crashed, but the propeller blade was larger than those gum trees there. And I'm beside one now. Let's look at the head. I just can't see how you could change them, and that's more or less it. There's nothing really to show you more. Actually, there is another place to show you. I'll show you the HMS Caroline. Yes, red. Join me for the next video here. I'm going to drive down there where the HMS Caroline is, the survivor of the Battle of Jutland. Phenomenal stuff. And on that mountaintop there is where the 1798 rebellion, see there? The 1798 rebellion was signed in contract between Henry Joy McCracken and Wolfe Tone on that mountaintop, Cave Hill. So I'll take you down to HMS Caroline, and I hope you enjoy this stuff, because I love this type of stuff. But stick around for the next one. There we go. She's harboured. HMS Caroline harboured in Belfast. There's the big 6-inch guns. She's actually closed at the moment, but I can't go in. What a beautiful thing. And this is the oldest battleship in the world. It was decommissioned in 2011, I believe. 2012.
Beautiful, isn't it? Survived World War One, October 2016. Oh, it was restored then. Where's the paint from World War One? That's the original paint. Fantastic. And I'm standing on a wee bridge here. Look at that big thing. I hope this camera's good and it's coming across in a good fashion. But this is where the Titanic pump house is. This is where they brought the Titanic to see if there was any leaks, you know, in the hull. And you can see that's a beautiful ship, and I'll show you another thing if you just stay with me. I think that's all really you can get up to. I believe it's closed at the moment. It is indeed. It's closed at the moment. But I will go in and I'll show you the next amazing thing. Okay, just stay with me. I'm trying to pause it. Here is actually Titanic's sister ship, the Nomadic, which is a tender vessel. It's a tender ship, and we actually done an investigation in this boat, me and Rachel, a paranormal investigation, and nothing happened, to be honest, to be totally honest with you. Because they say that it's haunted, looks haunted, and residents in these houses say that they hear the horns going at night time and the engines being turned on. So it is very strange. Look at that thing. Don't know what the hell that is. Guards over drinking. Look at that. That thing. What the hell is that? What the hell is it? Tell me. That's where the ship was built and brought in. So that's mainly it, and there's the other angle of the building. You can just see the size of the Titanic. But yeah, there's a hotel there. I went to college there to study writing and character development. Seriously, I actually didn't learn anything, to be honest. I didn't learn much from it, but that's mainly it. There's not much to really add here, apart from going into the building, but it's closed at the moment. closed. And okay, thank you very much. Thank you for watching. And peace out, and don't forget,